All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Cook Along with April. My name is Tony Two Pint, and this is April Newly Me. And we are welcoming you to a special Juneteenth edition of Cook Along with April. We're going to make a simple dish, and April will walk you through that. But we're going to have a pretty meaningful conversation about Pride Month and Juneteenth and the intersection of those holidays, as well as the intersection of our identities as Black queer people. So, uh, hope you guys enjoy. We turn it over to April. Tell it.
Hey, babies. So, what we're going to be doing today is homemade Hot Pockets. Now, I used to eat I used to live off of frozen pizza, Hot Pockets, and Hamburger Helper in college because I was broke. And it always aggravated me that even though you use the instructions, like y'all know, you get the Hot Pocket and put it in a little, I don't even know what it is, a little cardboard thing with the silver in the microwave that's supposed to help it. But like literally the only parts of the Hot Pocket that got cooked were the two outside. The middle was still fucking cold. That used to aggravate my soul. So when I graduated from college and got some money, I started fucking around with recipes that I used to eat and apronize them, add more seasoning, and it's actually a lot more healthier. But yeah,
Adding seasoning is healthier.
No, just doing it over, because like when you read the ingredients list on some of those stuff, like the box stuff, I can't even pronounce some of the fucking words, so I know damn well I shouldn't be eating it. But it's very simple. I'm using puff pastry sheets. These are like $4 and change at your local store. And also, they all have like brand name stores. I'm sure there's a Great Value. There was a Kroger brand. If you don't like puff pastry, because puff pastry is very flaky when you cook it, you can also do this recipe with crescent rolls as well as biscuit, like the little tube things. I would not suggest doing it with the pizza crust because it's a little bit too thick and gummy, unless you like that. I don't. But you can do it with any of those. All you need is some kind of dough. Or if you fancy, you can make your own damn dough, but I ain't doing that shit.
And that's also a little long, and it's a little hot to try to make pastry dough. That's very temperamental when it comes to temperature. So,
and we are standing in this little ass kitchen, and it's 100 degrees today with the oven on preheating at 400. So yeah.
All right. Oh, Zach likes the shirt.
Hi, Zach. Yes.
Not yours. Mine.
Well, I'm also wearing Ren's shirt. Do better.
Yeah, our sister Ren. Thank you, Zach. It's one of my favorite shirts. It's just black, and sometimes it's hard to wear it when it's hot. But I think today would be a good day to wear it. Zach says his wife and him still eat Hot Pockets, the frozen ones.
Ain't it like that, Zach? Like, it's just the two outside pieces that get fully fucking cooked, and the middle always, and then especially with the pizza ones, so I'm like, the fucking cheese isn't even melted correctly. Like, that used to just always aggravate my fucking soul. Like, what's the point of the little cardboard shit if it don't work in the middle? Okay. I just get aggravated.
Hello, Virginia. Good to see you.
Hi, sis. So I sanitized the counter, so I'm gonna just roll out the puff pastry sheet. We're gonna be doing two. My personal favorite Hot Pocket is the ham and cheese. That's my favorite. Tony only eats the pizza one, so we're doing both of those. I think those are the most popular ones. Like, where y'all ate the weird ones that had the broccoli. There was like one with like turkey or chicken and broccoli or something. It was just weird. That was just too much going on in the pocket. The only ones I ate were the pizza ones and the ham and cheese. No shade to anyone else that likes the other flavors.
Oh, we got my love Brittany on the
Brittany, my new sister wife.
We're glad
I heard you got that job.
Where the hell is fucking Jeb? We can talk about him if he ain't on here. We got Brittany. Where's Jeb? Brittany said, "I don't even like Hot Pockets, and I'm still watching this." So yeah,
I just didn't like how they didn't cook correctly, and then like you give me that fucking silver thing and it don't work.
Yeah, but I guess first thing we can talk about is Juneteenth. It's a holiday. I mean, I'm sure people know all the detail about it and dates and all of that stuff, but the whole concept about there being legislation passed for Black people to no longer be enslaved, and white people and slave owners just kept this information to themselves, and they decided they weren't gonna free people or tell people they were free. Galveston, Texas is where this order was brought in Texas to say, hey, knock it the fuck off. Yeah, these folks are free now. They are no longer to be enslaved. And that's where the celebration is said to have come from. I spoke to my mother a little earlier. My mother was a history teacher. She's been retired about 6 months now, but she taught history for about 20 years. And she made a valid point that, like, especially with the discourse going online and other places, whether Black people outside of Texas should stake claim to the holiday or otherwise. And I grew up in Tennessee. April's folks are from Louisiana. I was born in Baton Rouge. I got people from Alabama and all kind of history that I'm still tracing back. But her point was that you thought that this was the absolute last place to know. You thought folks just let people walk off the plantation and didn't shoot their ass.
There's actually a very famous story about a couple in Mississippi that continued to be slaves until the 60s.
Of this,
so that whole argument is stupid as fuck.
Yeah. So yeah, and that supports Mama Boyce's point as well. So I was shocked to see that online. I was shocked to see that having
y'all are fucking
argument.
Y'all are fucking embarrassing.
I was taking it. To be honest, I expected the dumb shit from a lot of white people and a lot of white-owned businesses. I expected the dumb shit from them, but the last thing I thought I'd see was this type of discourse.
Literally tweeting and saying shit like "Happy Juneteenth" to everyone in Texas or dumbass shit like that. And then the crazy part about it is when you ask these fucking below average ass people why the fuck are they mad, they can't even fucking articulate. That means you need to shut the fuck up. If you can't articulate why you're upset or why you have the opinion that you fucking have. Slow ass.
Yeah, and Brittany's co-signing. I used to teach about that Mississippi couple because it's a story that doesn't get told. It doesn't. And it's bullshit. And we still celebrate Juneteenth, but so many of our folks are locked up and being forced to labor under the loophole in the 13th Amendment. We still, what is Juneteenth to an incarcerated Black person, especially one who is incarcerated unjustly?
And the whole argument is that, because in Texas, they are the ones that brought the message, which is true. It's very much
they took the message to Texas.
But here's the whole thing. And
yeah,
I'm from home of the fucking Panthers, and we fought for shit. So that means the shit that we got done, y'all motherfuckers can't celebrate. No, she's from Tennessee. You know what I mean? Fucking freedom marches was in Tennessee. So the shit they got accomplished, y'all motherfuckers can't celebrate. No, it's fucking idiotic. Makes no goddamn sense. I'm pissed off about it.
Yeah, April had some discussion with people, some
debates that bitch
on Twitter, but it was I thought that was very unfortunate to see gatekeeping like that, and we'll get into the other part of our story. Blackness is gatekept from us as queer people already. When we try to be intersectional about Black rights, that is already gatekept from us in the first place. This issue is not a Black issue. I'm like, well, it's Black people dealing with it.
It's fine to be Black and gay when you need me to march for you. It's fine to be Black and gay when you need me to spend my money at your Black-owned business. That shit fine. That's what I've noticed.
Yeah, and I mean, it's unfortunate because, the pride is very whitewashed too. You see a bunch of glitter and rainbow and, people releasing different pride and glitter-based items for pride. And it's like one big party, but, do we acknowledge the people who stood up for those rights? Like,
it was Black trans woman.
Like, how do you divorce the celebration from those who sacrificed so much for us to have it and have what we have? We're still fighting. We're not there, but we don't get up we don't get to get up and talk on YouTube. We don't get to get up and, watch shows like Pose or go to, Paul's Drag Race or the ballroom scene without these people who have paved this way and developed this community for us.
So just to pause this conversation for a minute, I want to go on to what I'm doing. I'm just greasing a baking sheet. What you want to do is usually when you get pastry sheets, they come in 2 rolls. So I'm going to make 3 of each. So you just want to roll it out. I should have showed them while you're talking. You want to roll it out and then cut it diagonally and then across to make 3 rectangle sets.
She means vertically and horizontally.
Boom.
So it started with this.
Yeah.
She cut this in half. This folds out into 3 pieces, so each piece will be about this long, and then she cuts it in half.
I would suggest you roll it out. You don't have to, but I would suggest just to make them bigger, and then also you want it to be even, the tops and bottoms. And then I made an egg wash, and I don't know if people get confused with egg wash. It's just milk, like a teaspoon of milk and 1 egg, or you can do it with water and 1 egg, and you want to brush these across so they can be shiny. Plus, I'm putting seasoning on the top of mine.
Oh, you want it to stick to it.
So I got to stick. So right now I'm going to make Tony's. And I need you to open this. I'm sorry. We're just going to put pasta sauce, turkey. Well, she likes turkey pepperoni or some kind of pepperoni, and mozzarella. And then we are also going to put Italian seasoning in it as well on top. And then we'll do the ham and cheese one. And these are all going to bake in the oven at 400 degrees for about 15 minutes. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
You can speak too. You can speak on your thoughts as well.
I just think it's fucking stupid.
I mean, about that, yeah, but we're also talking about how these things affect us personally.
What, gatekeeping?
Not necessarily gatekeeping, but how intersections of being Black and queer.
Oh yeah, you can't be Black and gay. Because you also can't be Christian and gay. So, yeah. It's okay to be gay and Black when you want my gay ass money. Or you want my gay ass marching for you. That's the only time it's okay to be gay in the Black community.
Y'all don't come for me on this nice Juneteenth during Pride Month about the turkey pepperoni. Don't make me hurt you.
Yes, she likes her turkey.
I like all types of pepperoni. I did not ask April to buy this turkey pepperoni. I've eaten turkey pepperoni when I've tried, when I'm doing weight loss or trying to look after my health. April took it upon herself to buy that this time.
I'm sorry, was I not supposed to get you? You always ask for turkey bacon, so I got it.
You can buy that, but
y'all got me in trouble. I thought I was, fuck damn.
Talking
being
shit.
a good wife. She always fucking asks for it.
Brittany says she's genuinely curious. It's not so bad. What really gets me is the way that the meat is seasoned.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And this is a store brand. This is like just a Kroger shit. And it's better than name brand pepperoni in my opinion. Tony likes extra pepperoni, so I'm about to stuff these the fuck up. And also tip, I'm just doing a little symbol on. Pro tip, keep them, the kind that you cut up, just keep them together. Also, never put the sauce on the bottom because it's going to make your dough all saucy. So put the cheese and the pepperoni on first, the very last. I'm even going to do the other ones before I put the sauce on, so I don't want anything getting soggy. So the sauce is the very last step.
That is a pro tip because I wouldn't even thought about that shit. Brittany says, sorry, sister wife. If Florida doesn't have Kroger, it's tragic. You don't even have a Kroger brand, no King Super.
What y'all have? Pavilions, like Stater Brothers and Safeway. That's what I was gonna say. Not Stater Brothers, Safeway.
Is it? Yeah, because there's a lot of Kroger brands.
Safeway is expensive.
It's Ralph's here. When we were in Colorado, it was called King Super. So there's a lot of Kroger brand stores that are called something else.
I can't stand that because it's just like Carl's Jr. and fucking Raleigh's and what's the other name of it? There's another name depending on the region.
You're talking about Carl's Jr. and Hardee's.
And Hardee's, yeah.
Raleigh's and Checkers are.
That's so damn stupid to me. And they even got nerves to have the same damn star and shit. Like, just name it the same shit then. Just weird for no reason.
But but that is a pro tip. But these two holidays always, and June's a difficult month for me because even when I look at stuff that is centering Black trans and queer people, like the ballroom scene, I am autistic, and that would be absolutely sensory overload for me.
I can't wait to go to the ball.
I mean, I would go with April, but do I see that as a place I would be at every weekend? If I'm in the situation where I don't feel like I have community, I might, but I would be completely overwhelmed in that situation. So
Probably.
intersection, the intersection of all of these different identities makes a difference in whether or not people feel represented. And so that's a big deal for me.
Yeah. I just find it extremely funny how like it's not funny, it's really sad, but it's like idiotic how there's so much racism in the gay community.
Yeah.
And the only reason why y'all white asses have rights is because of a Black trans woman. I find it fucking incredible that there's so much racism. It makes no motherfucking sense. But yeah, use Italian seasoning, y'all, on top. And then when we top them off, I'm gonna use some egg wash and then sprinkle this on top too.
Yeah. So you said you're gonna put egg wash inside or only on the top?
On the top to make them shiny and pretty. Plus, I want the Italian seasoning to stick.
But yeah, y'all know my philosophy, or those people. Maybe somebody's gonna be watching this that doesn't. But when you have umbrellas, like when you say queer or the Black, PLC or whatever else, the important part of getting everyone right is centering the most marginalized people. So that's something that I don't see happening. Usually when you have umbrellas, the people with the most privilege end up taking up the most space.
Gay white men.
Yeah, in the queer community, it's gay white men. In the Black community, it's cis straight, black men. And y'all just want to hold a Black man down, but
let's talk about
we're being oppressed by all these people we're naming.
Let's talk. Let me talk to my queens for a minute. I'm all for. I don't know why everybody thinks I hate Black men or I hate men. Period. Because I'm a lesbian. I am attracted to women.
Well, that's a homophobic statement. Sentiment that you hate. You have to hate men to be a lesbian.
I very much so love I love all people, but I have respect for my queens. They swear up and down they want to ride or die. Meaning, my flower's over here. My bad, y'all. Swear up and down they want to ride or die, but we're never believed. Black women are never fucking protected. But they're always caking for the other side. And if you like, you know what I mean by it. Always caking for the other side, which is fine. But like, if we showed that same motherfucking energy, I don't have a problem with interracial dating. I think you love who you love. Obviously, you love who you love. But it's always a problem when a Black woman, when a Black woman dates a white man. It's like the end of the fucking world. But no one has anything to say to their favorite athletes, rappers, R&B singers who date white women exclusively and go on a campaign to say why they don't date Black women. I've never said, I prefer women because, Black men ain't this, that, or the third. I don't get PowerPoint presentations as to why I am what I am.
I mean, but it also is homophobic to assume that that's not how sexuality works.
I'm just saying, like, I just find it funny, and I really want Black women especially to, like, see what the fuck is going on, how we always are on the fucking front line for Black men. When you saw these marches, who were the motherfuckers on the front line? They were behind us. Now, when some shit goes down with us, are they on the front line for us? All I'm fucking saying.
I don't know, but I mean, and cis-het Black people, have done a lot of damage to queer. They put out their kids. They talk about a gay agenda. I hear that so much from the Black community. Not saying that other people don't say it because they do, and it's dumb. But
when I start saying, is it a Black agenda when we get reparations, it's a Black agenda, would that be okay?
But they say the gay agenda, and they don't see the intersectionality and try to treat this as is somehow in some way marginalizing them further or keeping Black people from having having rights when some of us black folks are also queer.
Doesn't it kind of sound like them all right, all life motherfuckers? That's what it sounds. Every time I hear what's the black agenda, you sound like one of them motherfucking Karens or Toms talking about, all lives fucking matter. Because as soon as something's passed for gay or trans people, they didn't do that for black folks. We're well fucking aware of that. We're aware of that. However, why are you shitting on us for getting something? Finally.
You got to look at things intersectionally. If you get the LGBTQ plus community to center black trans people, specifically black trans women who might happen to be disabled or have a disability, then we're all going to win. When you reach further into the margins and you can see the person furthest out there and bring them in, everybody else is going to come in with them.
And some black people really act like, we're a sub fucking ethnicity. I'm black just like your black ass. They gonna beat my ass just like they gonna beat your ass. Like, what is the problem?
Yeah, I mean, you're being in both groups. You're asked to pick a side, and you're told not right now. We're worried about this issue, but you got to center the most marginalized people. We don't want trickle down rights for people. Like that's not how things are, going to work, or that's not how everybody's going to get rights, is waiting for them to trickle down. We see how people with privilege, once they get what they need, walk away from the entire situation. A lot of gay people walked the fuck away from trans people when, the Supreme Court passed the law saying, or not passed the legislation, but upheld that gay marriage was legal in the law of the land of, all 50 states. A lot of gay people walked the fuck away and was like, oh, I got my gay marriage, I'm done. Got what I need. They're not lobbying for trans healthcare. They're not lobbying for trans rights.
But the whole thing is just crazy to me, because like the same group of people, and I'm including myself because I'm black, the same group of people that are hollering equality don't want equality for other groups. So it's just equality for black people.
My issue is that the groups overlap.
Explain that to me. That's what I'm saying. They act like we're a sub fucking division or something. Like, no, I'm black just like you. I fight for black people just like you do. So why can't you fight for black gay people?
Virginia says she wrote an anthropology paper about infighting within marginalized communities. I wouldn't call this infighting, really.
The colorism, and it's so.
I wouldn't call this particular thing infighting, because it's oppression. It's not infighting. It's not a fair fight. There's obviously people in the group who are more marginalized. It is oppression.
Crazy to me. It makes no fucking sense to me at all. It's not logical. I can't sit up here and say I want rights for black people, but fuck Asians. I want rights for black people, fuck women. It's not logical. It makes no fucking sense.
I mean, like, to me, it makes no. There are black Asian people and black women.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just generalizing. Like, you can't say you want equality and then shit on another group for making. Not even get like y'all act like gay people just have it so fucking easy. Like, no one's trying to take away your right to adopt children. Like, imagine that you're black, so you can adopt children. No one's trying to do that for you. No one's trying to take away health care from you. No one's telling you what the fuck you can and can't do with your goddamn body. No one's telling you that shit.
I hope they are, depending on what other groups they intersex with.
I'm just talking about cis black people. No one's telling you that.
I mean, but you're telling some women what they're doing with them.
That's true. Okay, so we've done the ham and cheese. We've done the I want to do salt and pepper. I'm doing salt and pepper in the ham and cheese, and I just did a little Italian seasoning in the pepperoni pizza.
But yeah, with this being said, I don't want to make this entirely too dark, because we're supposed to be celebrating a bit today. But what I would encourage people who are listening to this to do, or people who are looking for guidance, is look for the people who are more marginalized than you and center them. And once you find people more marginalized than them, move on down, center them.
I would say if you're rewatching this or watching this and you think that we should only celebrate Juneteenth in fucking Texas, get off the crack pipe. That's what I would say.
There you have it, folks.
Put that shit down.
But yeah, I mean, Juneteenth is supposed to be a celebration of freedom, and some of us are still in bondage to our own identities and closeted and stuff. So, what's Juneteenth to a queer person who feels like they can't come out?
Yeah. That is true. And as everything starts to open up, y'all, like we're going to be doing, me and Tony was talking about it, we're going to be doing so much more outreach shit, which I am so excited about because I love doing outreach stuff. Like feeding the homeless. You want more pepperoni or that's good for you?
We'll taste it how it is. I trust your judgment.
Yeah, we're going to be doing outreach stuff, and I want to contact this trans organization that we were working with because there's kind of like a skid row. A lot of trans, especially black trans youth get kicked out like before they're even, in high school. And there's certain spots in Los Angeles where they congregate and unfortunately have to do stuff to make money. So
That's
I'm trying
I'm laughing at the comments.
Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out how we can do that, making care packages, maybe doing packed lunches to pass out before I work on getting a permit where we can actually have a location. Sorry, that's the dryer. Have a location where we can like kind of feed the homeless and maybe do some food drives and stuff like that. So I'm super excited. People are still fucking crazy with the mask and shit, but I'm excited to be doing some stuff.
Yeah, April's the more I guess approachable one for sure. I try to be more approachable, but as we've learned about ourselves, not always, but I'm happy to do that work. Brittany says, "What are you gonna do with the rest of that can of sauce that you?"
Sis, that's going in a Ziploc bag in a motherfucking freezer. Because as soon as your girl makes lasagna or some spaghetti, boop, it's going in there. Then goes to waste. So I'm just taking the fork, y'all, and pinching the ends or the corners of all sides to get it sealed up. If they give you trouble, like these pizza ones are giving me, just take your egg wash and run your finger alongside the edges, and that'll help seal it up. The pizza ones I stuffed a lot, so they're giving me a bit of trouble.
Virginia, I have had reduced fat pepperoni. I usually mix all the different pepperonis if there's multiple ones. There's a spot that used to be out here, closed during the pandemic, but it's called Pizza Rev. It's a chain. They have them other places.
Yeah, it's like the Subway.
But they had, that's a good way to describe it. Or like Chipotle, like you get your crust and you go down the line and put all your toppings, and then they put it in the oven for you while you watch.
While you watch.
I don't know. This is Black Trans Joy you're seeing.
Tony love that place. Pizza. If Tony could eat pizza for the rest of her life every day, she fucking would. Pizza's her shit.
You are seeing Black Trans Joy right now. Let me love the pizza woman. But yeah, that place, I say this because that place had all different types of pepperonis. Yeah. So they had low-fat pepperoni, turkey pepperoni, regular pepperoni, spicy pepperoni, beef pepperoni. And instead of getting other toppings, I put them like reduced fat mozzarella cheese made with 2% milk or whatever. And then like every single type of, they do pepperonis, and then they're like next topping. I'm like, okay, spicy pepperoni.
Big ass
low fat pepperoni.
And the people be looking at her like, that's how they would look at her when she would ask for all the fucking pepperoni.
Yeah, but yeah, I've been to Mod Pizza. I'm one of those
kind of the same, isn't it?
Yeah, it has the same concept. Yeah. I'm one of those people that signs up to every food place and tells them my birthday, so I get all these free food and coupons during the month of October. And that's when I ended up going to Mod Pizza. I didn't know nothing about that concept until the Pizza Rev opened in this area. April and I were dating or newly engaged or something. And they sent out an ad on Facebook. I think this had to be back in 2014 or 2015 or something like that. And they said, oh, if you come in and check in on Facebook, you can have a free pizza. And I'm like, oh, April, we're going. There's free pizza. I don't care if it's not good. It's free. So we went, and
a mess.
Then I started going back. Mama Boyce likes it. I've taken her to it. She enjoyed it. So, yeah.
When Tony asked me, like, to this day, like, if we order, like, what do you want to order? I have to say not pizza. Because it will be fucking pizza.
Ma'am, I like, routine and
not pizza
and stuff. So you have to make some decisions if you're gonna want to.
Because if you tell Tony like you want to eat out somewhere, my babe will come up with 3 different locations for pizza.
Pretty say you got to use somebody else's birthday. They can split the coupons throughout the year. And she said Chipotle for pizza is the best description of those. Yeah, I like stuff like that because, you know, my sensory issues when it comes to different textures and things in food. It's always difficult, and people make mistakes when you say, I don't want this or I want to remove that. If you're at Chipotle or if you're at Subway or if you're at one of these Mod Pizza or Blaze or Pizza Rev, you're telling them what to put in it instead of telling them what to leave out. And people usually do better with that.
It's funny because like every time I order for Tony and I'll be like, no this, no that, plain. They'll be like, no, like they'll literally repeat it, no this, no that. Like, yes, girl.
I don't know. And this is an unpopular opinion of mine, but it makes things accessible to me. People get mad when they have machines where you order your food, but my food is more often correct when I'm writing down or clicking the things that I want or to remove from a dish.
Yeah.
Having people come and write it down is almost always...
Because I feel like people get so confused with Tony, like she can't possibly mean she doesn't want anything but meat and bread. That's what I think
is wrong. Like, that's fucked up to do.
Like, I think that people think that.
Yeah, and that's fucked up.
Because I've seen waitresses really write that and the food will still come out wrong. She's like, I'm so sorry, I wrote such and such. I saw her do it. But the cook's probably like, this heifer got this shit all wrong. Yeah,
and that's kind of frustrating to me. I mean, and then, you know, when you say, you know, you got to take this back, I don't want this, can I get this without that? People want to have an attitude about it. And that makes...
And it don't even be the waitress. I bet you it's just the fucking cook.
Yeah, but they get mad sometimes when you say, you know, I said no egg, can I have, you know, can I get another one?
Okay, so funny story. My homegirl I used to work with, she, I don't know if y'all have Jack in the Box, it's probably like only in California, but they have this breakfast sandwich that's pretty gross. It's ham, cheese, bacon, and sausage. It's all 3 fucking meats. I don't even remember her name. Can I tell a story?
You disrupted
So anyway, this girl went to the drive-thru line and she said, you know, I have this sandwich, but no bacon. I'm allergic to ham. So they wouldn't get it wrong, but I'm like, you know, sausage is ham and
pork, you mean?
I mean, yeah, pork. And she literally said like she's allergic and she didn't understand why the people at the window were laughing at her. Because all of those 3 meats are
I get what I mean, I get why she did that. When you tell somebody you're allergic to something, they usually take it a bit more seriously. But I don't want to make up fake allergies.
I was just like, girl,
give it to me.
See, when trying to be smart mouth, it makes you look stupid. Like, go tell them people you were allergic to fucking pork.
He said Arizona also has Jack in the Box.
Really? They do.
I didn't have Jack in the Box until I moved out here. That wasn't a thing. Is Jack in the... No, that's not Jack in the Box. But yeah, I didn't have it until I moved out west, like 2010ish, or 2008 actually.
Okay, y'all. So I'm just gonna put pepper. Shut up! Ooh, you get on my nerves. Well, I'm about to put this in the oven for 15 minutes. For 15 minutes. It's not closing because I kept it out and it's too like hot. It's cool. That's the only one didn't close. So it'll go in the oven. Boom, 15 minutes. Also, if you're making more than one type of Hot Pocket, when you put the seasoning on top, you can tell which is which. See how I did that? Wow.
But yeah, it's a accessibility as far as, you know, neurological divergence. People don't want to customize stuff. They tell you you're a difficult customer. Then you're black and they assume that you're not gonna fucking tip because you're black. And I mean, if I can't get a good experience out of a place, then I don't want to go. People want you to support their restaurants and businesses and shit, but no, 99.999% of the time, I'm going to get better service and food in my house. April's going to serve me a food that is prepared well, something that I like, and it's going to be customized the way that I asked her, and it's going to be, served to me in beautiful presentation. Going out to eat, people have an attitude when you have that expectation, but I'm paying you above and beyond what it would take to produce this meal in my house.
Yeah. Me and Tony always tip. The only time you'll ever see me give static about tipping is when I get horrible fucking service.
Or someone's fucking racist.
Yeah.
I mean,
we've experienced that, so you lucky I don't punch you in your fucking shit, let alone tip you.
Yeah, I mean, like that. The expectation that somebody can just be fucking racist to you or homophobic or transphobic to you and that you still owe them a tip is beyond me. Rudy says, my best friend's thing is he hates condiments, so when he asks for no mayonnaise or whatever, they still put it on. Yes! His thought, I'm
Brittany!
asking you to do less work. Why do you still do it?
Brittany!
Yeah, that's Rudy that said that.
Oh, Rudy. First of all, y'all know I hate fucking mayonnaise, okay? Now, I went to, what was it, Cheesecake Factory? I think it was Cheesecake Factory. This is a minute ago. And I literally got in a fucking argument with the server because they had like a turkey club or, some shit like that, a turkey club. And I was like, oh, can I have that? I think I wanted sourdough bread instead of the regular bread. And I was like, can I have no mayo? And she was like, what do you mean? And I was like, no mayo. I don't want any mayo on my sandwich. She's like, are you allergic? What does that matter? No, I'm not allergic to it. I just don't want it on my fucking sandwich. I have to be allergic to it.
I mean, the way they handle it is different if you have an allergy. But...
No, but she said it like, look, what are you allergic? Why? Does it matter? No, I just don't want it on my sandwich. Well, I'm just saying your bread's going to be dry. Bitch. Like shit like that, and no, she didn't get no motherfucking tip. How the fuck, like,
I also have a friend like that. A friend like what, Brittany? What kind of friend is this friend?
Don't like condiments.
Oh, doesn't like condiments?
And also, depending on the fast food joint, I don't want ketchup on my shit either. Just give me motherfucking meat and bread. How about that?
Yeah. We had to order like that when we were kids. I would be like, just plain. You want this? No, plain. Do you want that? Just meat and bread. I just started saying that up front when I order the sandwich or whatever.
Yeah. And don't get me twisted. I certainly understand if the server's like, you want it plain, you don't want this, that, and third. I get it. Because you're making sure that, I don't want certain stuff. But when you got an attitude to my your bread gonna be dry, don't worry about it, bitch. You're not eating it. I'm eating it.
April feels strongly about that.
That's a fucking nerve to me. Your sandwich gonna be dry. Let it be dry then, ho. You ain't eating it. Yeah.
April going in.
People are
beautiful on this beautiful Saturday. But yeah, what are things that you all don't eat on your sandwich? The things that you refuse to put on your hamburger or your sandwich?
No mayo. I don't like pickles on my sandwich, but I like pickles on my burger. But I know people that have like ham and cheese sandwiches and they put pickles on it.
Virginia does not like raw onion.
It is a hamburger. I'm with you in some cases, but some cases I like a little cooked or raw onion. Tony is just meat and bread.
I don't know.
Our barbecue sauce, like if it's a chicken burger, Tony will put barbecue sauce on it.
Yeah, I love barbecue sauce, buffalo sauce or hot sauce on certain things. But yeah, I actually am allergic to pickles.
And y'all gonna hate me, but avocado on burgers and sandwiches is a whole vibe. It's a whole vibe.
Oh, Brittany says, I can't eat pork, so I always get the bacon on the side, wrap it up in a napkin, and give it to my dogs later.
Oh, that's nice.
Have we had peanut butter burger? I'm not doing that shit.
So I don't know if it was Arch. Someone
I'm
told
straight
me
on
that. I honestly, I would try it because I love pad thai. And the peanut butter and chicken. So.
Oh, the sauté.
Yeah, I would try. I would try. Excuse me, baby.
Rudy says pickles on everything, please.
Pickles are.
No, April will eat pickles and then come kissing on me. I be having these bumps and shit on my lips.
Pickles are bomb. I was that girl in junior high. Like, you ever have homegirls that just came with them big ass pickles to school? Like,
well, that's a black thing. They sold them at concession stands, and
Big
they even
ass
sold
pickles.
that at the concession stand at our church. Auntie Sharon got one, and I didn't eat. I never got into the culture because I had an allergy. But she, they serve it with peppermint.
No, that's the South. That's
You
a
know,
Tennessee.
the sour pickle, but she puts a stick of peppermint down
That's
in the.
disgusting.
Now this is infighting.
This
disgusting.
is like the more she tells me about people in Tennessee eat, it's like a different fucking planet. Like y'all starting to seem like
rude.
starting to seem like Floridians to me.
No, your ass is the Floridian talking about fish and spaghetti ain't a meal.
It's not.
You cannot celebrate Juneteenth because you do not acknowledge.
It is not a thing. That is a Tennessee thing. No damn peppermint in the pickle.
So
I don't even like sweet pickles. Y'all like sweet pickles? I think sweet pickles are nasty.
What kind of pickles do you eat? The sour ones?
Yeah, dill pickles are. I love spicy pickles. Spicy pickles are the business. But I can't get with the. It just tastes like a big ass thing of relish. I can't fuck with it.
Everybody in the chat is pretty much team peanut butter burger.
I'm gonna try it.
Rudy says we have a whole ass festival dedicated to pickles here called Picklesburg.
I'm going. When is it, Rudy? Is this summer thing?
They were eating peppermint pickles in the Clark Sisters Lifetime movie. Yeah, it's a thing.
That came out?
It's a thing.
I wanted to see that. I'm gonna have to see if that's on demand.
I saw my auntie, because my auntie got the pickle. I didn't like pickles, so I didn't know what the fuck she was doing. I'm like, they gave you a candy cane?
That sounds fucking disgusting.
And she was like, it's to go down in the pickle. Auntie Sharon, my favorite auntie, I'm
gonna call her.
We went to church together. She took me to church when I was young, and she's my favorite and sweetest lady. Somebody who would never rat me out. A source of comfort when I was, people coming down hard on me.
Call her.
She came to my wedding. She likes April.
She loves me.
But she's my favorite.
I'm gonna confirm with Auntie Sharon. I believe you put.
Brittany says, Tony, we're gonna drink beer while they eat pickles. Yep. Oh, speaking of beer, Urban Artifact has a pickle beer. And I imagine if you like pickles it would go well with the burger.
It was so good. It was good. And I was like, because there are homies, like the people that own the brewery. So I didn't want to be the type, because they asked me like, oh, did you try this? And I didn't want to lie and be like, yeah, I tried it. So I was scared. Because I'm not there. I have friends that drink pickle juice because I like pickles that much. I'm not
in
that.
The sack when you get the big pickles.
But motherfuckers will get the fucking jar. And
it's the same concept. In the sack, it's suspended.
I don't do that. Is what I'm saying. This one don't. So when Brett asked me, he was like, "Have you tried the pickle beer?" I was like, "No." So I was like, "Fuck! Now you gotta try pickle beer because next time you talk to him, he gonna ask if you tried that shit." So I tried it. It was good, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. It didn't have like straight on pickle flavor, but it was like a hint, like they put a splash of that shit in there. It was good. It sounds weird, but it's good.
Virginia says she's had one before. Rudy says he's had a couple and he likes them. Brittany said the movie you're talking about came out months ago. It's the Clark Sisters.
I didn't know. I wanted to watch it. Or was it Mahalia? I think it's Mahalia I'm talking about.
But yeah, the Clark Sisters came out on Lifetime.
I still didn't.
April's too busy watching fucking Snapped and shit and Ways to Murder your partner.
That's my show. And y'all get into Cruel Summer on Hulu. That was a bunch of about a bunch of little whiny white girls. It's actually a really good fucking movie, and the plot is very unique. It's called Cruel Summer. It's a series. They have. Is
that what you was just watching?
1. Yes.
Why does the white girl and the black girl have this? Why are they staring at each other in the courtroom and all this other?
Because one was lying.
Who was lying?
And the black girl know the truth.
Oh.
It's a good movie. The whole plot is so original, and I'm here for it. Oh, also I want to tell y'all, there is a movie coming out called Karen.
Oh Lord.
Now, okay, at first I was like, this is stupid. But the girl who's playing Karen, I forgot her name. She also played in Orange is the New Black. She played in Hustle and Flow. She was like the Snow Bunny hoe. What's her name?
I don't know.
Anyway, she's really a good actress, and it's not like a straight to DVD type movie like how the one on Netflix is. It's like modern day. She plays Karen very fucking well, and then all of the other people, the actors are really actors. You know who the fuck they are. Type of fucking movie. I can't wait, y'all. It's called Karen, and I think it's going to be streaming on HBO. I'm here for it because they made this bitch look cool. She's a good actress.
That's a mess. But yeah, other plans for today. We are gonna go down to.
It's almost done, y'all. Sorry.
We're gonna go down to South LA. I think it's in South LA. This shop, but there's a black-owned convenience store that's been in the family for a couple generations, but a black-owned brewery in planning that's contract brewing right now, but has a space allocated that is doing licensing and stuff. Called People's Republic of South Central, or PRSC, is coming out with a beer called Systemic.
Here's their page for anyone that wants to follow them.
And it's a tip of the hat to not a tip of the hat, but to speak on redlining and gentrification and stuff. So yeah, we're gonna go down and support those guys. Yes. Black-owned brewery.
It's an IPA. I know I'm not an IPA fan, but you have to support these businesses.
Yeah, if you want to have them, you gotta buy shit from them.
These two kings, like when I tell y'all, they bought fucking property. They bought it's almost a block. Like it was 4 big ass buildings, and I was talking to the engineer when I forgot his name, Craig, and he was saying that one they're thinking about doing a brew house, and the engineer he's like Tony, so 2 buildings he was saying all this shit. I don't know what the fuck he was talking about. He was excited. That's gonna be engineering shit, like the brewing and whatever the fuck. Not a brew house, tap room. Sorry, one's gonna be a tap room. They're also heavily recruiting within the neighborhood, which is so fucking important because there's so many breweries that move into black neighborhoods or Latino neighborhoods, and all the motherfuckers that work there don't live there. You go in there and you don't see any face that works there that looks like you. So I love the fact that he told me that they're heavily recruiting for people within the neighborhood. Everything is going to be, from what he told me, entry level. So if you don't know how to do something, they're going to on-site train, which is, I think, is also dope. Because I think when people sometimes get intimidated to work in a brewery, it's I've never worked in the canning line, I've never done this, they're not going to hire me, but they're making it known that you don't have to have any experience in those certain areas, and they're going to train you. So I think that's dope as fuck.
Yeah, and it's another thing is that the proceeds, they have it's a series of beer that's going on right now for them. They had one called Legends Hazy IPA. Then they had one called Legacy, and that one featured Shirley Chisholm on the beer. It was an IPA, West Coast IPA.
We had that on our page.
Yeah, Mama Boys loved it, and she has emptied out a can and sealed it up to preserve the Shirley Chisholm image on the can. She's a huge
and surprisingly, a lot of people do not know who that woman is. If y'all don't want to look her up and see all the important shit that she did, there's some people that don't know who that is.
Okay, but yeah, she is a big Shirley Chisholm fan, and she's also looking to get some of this one too. So I'm not a big IPA drinker, but Mom has already placed her her order through the text messages that I am to provide some cans of this new beer. They're also giving away the proceeds from this series. Net proceeds are supposed to be going to laptops, Chromebooks to inner city youth, the black neighborhood, so they can do virtual learning.
Yep.
So that's really important to us. I mean, we see them out in the neighborhood. It seems like they're giving their time as well to these kids. So
it's rare that you have people that
some we can respect,
talk shit and back their shit up.
Or what people white?
Rare.
That don't know Shirley Chisholm.
Black people. Tony tried to be okay and brush over it, but I'm dead ass.
It wasn't brushing over it. I was talking. You interrupted me.
People do not know, and I feel like that's such a waste because 99.99% of the Black history that I know was taught to me by my mother and my grandfather. They don't teach you shit in school. They teach you Harriet Tubman, Martin Luther King, and Frederick Douglass. That's Black history. It really. I thought old girl was playing because when we posted the can, I think it was a picture. They were like, "Who is that?" And it's like, girl, Black woman, my age. How don't you know her? How don't you know what she did for us? Like, it's really sad. And they do everything they can to take away our history and to whitewash it and act like, they call slaves in textbooks now, workers. Shit like that to make it seem like what we went through wasn't traumatic. It wasn't that big of a fucking deal. So we have to teach our history. Yeah. They're not going to teach it. They're trying to. It's an option now in some states to take Black history. They don't want people to know what happened to us. So it's very important that we take our history and we spread it, because people really didn't know about that. People didn't know about Black Wall Street. Like, it's so much shit that happened and went on that no one knows about, and it's really sad because it's our culture, it's our history.
Yeah, Brittany says I'm gonna need to start a Black after school program or something.
Yes,
I would
help out with that. It's really sad.
Yeah, I would support that. I could talk about some Black scientists and the types of technology that came from Black people that don't get enough credit.
5 more minutes.
Makes it seem like we aren't dealing with intergenerational trauma. We are not.
We're not.
We are not. And I mean, everybody, the thing about it is when you talk about things such as, the Holocaust or stuff like that, that's very well, or it was in my education, very well covered, very well, spoken about, that we shouldn't do shit like this. It's not right to commit genocide. But when it's something the United States did, then it's, we don't want to talk about that part.
The workers on the plantation.
Folks, there's always this attitude of, slavery, that was a long time ago, and you didn't even, but you have 400 years of that. And then, 150 or something like that of not slavery.
To me, it's twofold, because in one sense, they don't want us to have pride. Look at all the shit that our people have fucking been through, how much we fucking created, how much we fucking invented, how well we have thrived, even though they're trying in every fucking possible way they can to hold us fucking down. Look what we fucking accomplished. They don't want us to take pride in our skin tone. That's the first part. The second part is you want to make the future non-white people think that we all fucking crazy and we made this shit up and it wasn't that goddamn bad. It happened for 2 damn days. Like, that's what they want. So we really need to preach the gospel, because they're not going to. If you leave it up to the school, your child will know about Frederick Douglass, Harriet Tubman, and Martin Luther King. Those are the only Black people that ever did anything, per the Los Angeles School District. I can speak for my district.
Yeah, Brittany, that comment about the kids taking away, that really shone a light on something that I saw recently, in the last couple years. Everybody is familiar with Colin Kaepernick and, the controversy around him, and he was adopted, of course. And I guess his birth mother came, a white woman, got on TV, they're on the internet or somewhere, and said she was embarrassed and ashamed of what he was doing and the kneeling and stuff. And Black people dragged her, and one of the things that they said was, you gave him away. You don't have any claim to this child. And, then, some white people were offended, and you can't, blame a woman for doing this decision and doing that. But what they didn't understand in the cultural piece for us is that, like Brittany has said, separating families was a huge thing in slavery.
Huge.
Now it is seen that to be inexcusable, unacceptable to give your child away.
That was one of the forms they used to fucking break us. You take a child away from their fucking mother so you can tell that child to control that fucking child. You take that child away from the mother so you can break that fucking mother's spirit.
I mean, but that was one thing that I don't think people understood, the cultural piece, that we don't do that. You go, if you ain't got your shit together, your sister's stepping up, your mom will come get you, granny will come get you until your mother gets her shit together. If dad's not doing this thing, you got uncles and people who are gonna step in, and we're not giving our kids to white people or into the white, foster care system. And white people acted like they didn't get that when folks were saying, you gave your son away, you can shut the fuck up. And I get a lot of people didn't understand that in our culture, for better or for worse, that's seen as unacceptable.
You don't give your children one. We can differ, you know what I'm saying? But like a lot of people were saying, like, how do you have the fucking right to feel one way or the other about what this man is doing when you didn't have a fucking hand in raising him? You shouldn't have an opinion on shit. You gave that privilege up when you gave him up, for better or for fucking worse. She may have a good fucking reason for doing it, but she did it. So you have no say on how he grew up or what kind of person he became. You didn't have a fucking hand in raising him. Sit down.
Yeah, I mean, it's people love, I don't know, people vilify Black folks in a way that makes me cringe without understanding the cultural piece. You get vegans getting on here telling us about, how animal rights are the same as Black Lives Matter, and we are, somehow wrong. Our cultural dishes are wrong because we eat animals or eat meat, and it's trash because the dishes we eat are based on giving what master considered the undesirable parts of the animal. That's what we got, and we made something with it. We weren't allowed to be eating the vegetables and shit out of the field that folks were picking. You didn't get to do that.
Here's why all vegans are on fucking meth. They try so hard to say how oppressed they are. Bitch, it is your choice to eat the way you want to fucking eat. Oppression is not going to a restaurant and they don't have a vegan option. That's not fucking oppression. You need some fucking meat. That's why your mind fucked up now.
But there's that. Or, I've had people who were advocates for biking and public transportation, which is fine in and of itself, but I've seen them come at Black people about, buying a car and you shouldn't have this and you shouldn't have that. So now that Black people don't have to walk several miles to avoid a bus system that, doesn't allow them to sit in the back or stand up or won't pick them up at all. Now that Black people don't have to go on public transportation and be sexually harassed or racially profiled or be, otherwise violently attacked or deal with amenities that just aren't kept up with. Now it's, as soon as Black people get a quarter to buy a car that, white people have driven for decades and been fine with, now it's a problem. As soon as Black people move away, you say, well, this is what you have to do to get this certain status or to live in this certain socioeconomic environment. Black people do that, and then it's wrong.
They don't think about the other half of shit because they don't have to, because they're white. They don't think full picture.
But yeah, like, not saying that we shouldn't be environmentally conscious, but you didn't take into account that, what Black people had to do to even be in. It's almost like the United States going and telling people that they shouldn't have nuclear weapons. Who's used nuclear weapons? Who has used those on people?
Please sit your ass down.
That part's not acknowledged at all. At all. So that's, if you're going to have that conversation with people, it has to come from a place of humility. Like, yeah, I did this. It was fucked up. You don't have to make the same mistakes as I did.
That'll never happen because that group has a whole fucking problem with accountability. But anyway, so here is the pizza one. Here is the turkey one. This is the one that didn't close properly, but I like it because it's dark. A little crispy. So I'm going to ask Tony to taste it because I've never made these for Tony. So I want to know if she likes them.
Virginia says, same info taught in Illinois, except add in George Washington Carver.
Yeah.
Brittany says, Florida, they add Rosa Parks too. Yeah, I'm sure they didn't add Claudette Colvin. And Brittany says, those vegans need to take several seats.
They all on fucking meth. They need fucking protein. That's why they always fucking sound crazy. I'm impressed because they don't have a fucking vegan hot dog. I don't understand why y'all want vegetables to look like meat object. If you hate meat so fucking much, why do you want a vegan burger? Why do you want a vegan hot? Somebody, I'm not even trying to come at you. Explain that shit to me because you detest meat. So why the fuck you want to eat something that look like meat? Makes no sense. Yes, I want the smoke.
Yeah, comment section got real quiet. All right, I'm trying this out. You sure this one mine?
That's like me saying I want a mayo sandwich. I don't fucking like mayo, so why the fuck I want to eat something that look like it? It's meth. I'm telling you.
Oh, huh.
It's How does it taste though?
I can't touch this. I burnt the
You
shit out of
burnt.
myself.
So it's like a real hot pocket, y'all. She burnt the roof of her mouth like you would with a real hot pocket. Who makes hot pockets? What company is that?
I don't know. Google.
Is that Stouffer's? Let me
Don't
see.
be laughing, Brittany. Don't be laughing at me.
Let me see. I think that's Stouffer's.
You're supposed to be being nice to me.
It's like a real hot pocket, y'all.
I posted my thirst trap the other day, and you showed me some love, and then now you laughing at me burning myself. I thought you loved me.
It's Nestle, y'all. Did y'all know Nestle makes hot pockets? I did
Nestle
not
makes a
fucking
lot of
see that
shit,
shit coming.
Nestle is trash. That's a trash company
I
using
did-
child slavery and shit.
I did not. This is what I was talking about. Don't nobody eat the ham and fucking broccoli. I don't even know why they make that one. Like, that just looks so fucking gross to me.
You gotta act like it, Brittany. You can't just be. You can't laugh at me
laugh,
burning
sister
myself.
wife. It's like a real hot pocket. I have
I'm
achieved.
fragile. Yeah, and Nestle is a garbage company.
But if you want like it to be a more doughy type crust, I would suggest using crescent rolls or the biscuit in the little, I don't know what they're called, the little tube biscuits.
Oh, the Grand's biscuits.
Yeah. But I like the puff pastry because it's very thin. It's flaky like a croissant. I love croissants, so I use it. Cheap ass meal. I bought all this today and it was less than $20. You buy some lunch meat ham.
Brittany said, if I don't laugh at you, April won't keep me around. So you just told me you wasn't about that life. See,
That's why you my number 2.
I need somebody in my corner.
That's why you my number 2.
Somebody to have my back.
And I saw the comment. I'm not gonna put you to work, sis. I saw we gotta get a sister wife number 3. We gonna put that hoe to work. Me and you gonna chill.
So what's Brittany gonna do? Just laugh?
We going on vacation.
No love.
We going on vacation with your side dudes, credit cards, and we gonna use Tony's upgrades. Boom. And number 3,
a side dude?
because you the wife. I mean the spouse. She's my sister wife. So her man is now her man has to be her side dude.
Wow.
We gonna make number 3 and 4 work.
Wow. See, April, I told you your ass was crazy.
What?
She said, I am in your corner, but I don't want to get stabbed in my sleep.
That's me that does. I'm the one that watch Snap. She don't know how to do that shit.
That's why she's saying it.
Oh, that's why she with me.
Yeah. She don't want you to stab her.
I
I'm not worried about me stabbing.
It's too many damn people in this pool.
So April is now regulating the pool.
I am.
She's not even letting people live on this.
All these motherfuckers do not live here. They having all kinds of fucking pool
Look
parties.
at you.
I just feel like cooties just entering my fucking domain. Just nasty. They look like the type that pee in the pool too.
Well, yeah, the children, they look a little young to be vaccinated.
Do they have those in your apartments, like where the pee turns blue? In my old apartment, they had that.
Brittany said the man is watching and has heard that we need his credit card.
Look, I like you, sir. You could spare a couple $100 for a vacation for me and Brittany. She ain't going either.
So based on this,
We using her upgrades. What?
Y'all can think she
ain't
runs
going.
shit in here. She ain't
going. It's only me and
she
Brittany.
ain't about that life. I ain't been stabbed yet.
Me and Brittany gonna be in the penthouse.
I'm worried about April stabbing me, but I'm not gonna drink a beer right now. It's a little hot for that, and I don't want to pass out, so I got my water. But this would be good with the nice. I think this would go well with the German pills, or maybe even an American pills with some American hot, or American hops.
I would drink this with my ham and cheese. But like Tony said, it's super hot, and that's why I'm with the Gatorade. Everybody's going to fucking pretty. It's hot.
I think a Belgian golden ale would go well as well.
What's Katie?
Katie is a farmhouse ale. It's kind of the big sister version of Bridget.
Yeah. I think this will go really well. I'm not sure about Tony's, but with the ham and cheese, this will go really, really good. In my opinion. See, like, I be getting requests on my April Newly Me channel, and like, cause some of my friends like, what do you make Tony for lunch? Like, I would make shit like this with her. I mean, for her for lunch, but she doesn't like heavy lunches.
I don't. One, I get tired, and two, I usually don't break for lunch. I eat snacks or whatever while I'm working, so I can come.
I'm trying to be on my
step
Stepford wife type shit.
If I get disrupted while I'm doing shit,
And do stuff like
it's hard to get back on track. And lunch, in my opinion, is disruptive.
I'm not allowed. I would totally be, the melanin Stepford wife and do shit like this, but I don't like it.
And Brittany said he can spare a few thousand. He good.
I'm saying.
Wow.
Brittany gonna call you and check in, so I don't know why you tripping, son.
I don't think he tripping. You the one that's tripping. You got people scared you're gonna stab them.
I am good. I match energy. I like Brittany. That's my sis.
If you exuded that, Brittany wouldn't even worry about being stabbed.
Brittany is the type of sister wife that when I do go to jail, she gonna make sure to inform the right people and get everything in order for my bail.
She's organized.
She's very organized. Brittany gonna have everybody gonna know within 2 hours where I'm at, what precinct they took me to, all that.
Okay.
All right, y'all.
Any closing comments you'd like to?
Yes, thank you guys for supporting us. We just did a donation page, our donation option on our it's on the website and also on our link tree. All of those proceeds, we're still trying to figure out what we want to do with them, but all of the money that we make off of the Patreon and shit like that, we give back. Like, it's not pocketed. I want y'all to know that.
I mean, to be clear, that some of it is used to do stuff like this. Some of it is used, to do collaborations. We have expenses, of course, Zoom.
Yeah. But it's not like I'm out buying purses and shit. Like it's not that.
But yeah, we appreciate the people who have donated. I know Virginia and Zach.
Yes, thank you, Virginia.
Made donations, and a lot of that is going to help us with our next Money Monday in July, where we donate directly to Black trans people in need. We might do one Money Monday where we do Black neurodivergent people or autistic people.
Jesus,
that's near and dear to my heart as well. But we appreciate all of y'all coming by. We appreciate all of your support. We appreciate our patrons for sure.
Love y'all.
Your ongoing support. We love you hanging out with us on those happy hours as well.
Yeah, I can't wait for the next one.
We'll be seeing you for that in a couple weeks.
If you guys make this or anything else, even if it's not today, tag me, because I like putting y'all pictures up and seeing how your renditions are. If you're anything like me, I just take somebody's shit and remix it to how I want it. And that's fine if you do my shit like that too. I just want to see it.
Okay. So everybody enjoy your day.
Happy Freedom Day.
Relaxes this weekend. And we will see y'all next week with our cider tasting. Love y'all.
Love y'all. You want another one?